Good morning, everybody, and happy Friday to you, and happy Comic Relief Day or Red Nose Day. Now, I'm recording this assembly video on Thursday, which is why I've not got anything silly on today. But I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody as they come into school on Friday, looking at how you've managed to do your something silly. And hopefully you've all remembered to bring your pound coins to donate to make a difference to the lives of people, not just in the United Kingdom, but all over the world. So yeah, I hope you have a really nice, fun day. I'm going to be coming around and about and listening out to those jokes and trying to remember the ones that really make me laugh. I have some good work to share with you today, and we'll go the other way, I think, this time. We'll start with some of the older children. I've got, how many places are we stopping today? We're going to be stopping in 4 different places today. So the first place we are going to stop is Year 6. Okay, Year 6. Year 6 have been doing some amazing artwork this week. Do you remember the names I showed you last week? Well, they've carried on in their Elements of Art unit, and this week they have been using charcoal, which is it's made from burnt wood, isn't it? I think charcoal. So it's the black, almost chalky like thing, isn't it, that we can use, and it's really nice for smudging and creating shadows. And they have made some amazing faces. Now, the amazing thing about this is that I understand, children, you'll have to explain a little bit more, that you drew these shapes upside down, and when you turn them round, they made a face shape. So I think you were learning about how faces are made up of lots and lots of different types of shapes, because when we try to do portraits, some of those shapes are really difficult, aren't they? Particularly the nose. Drawing noses is really tricky. But have a look at these. I think they're amazing. So the first one I'd like to share from a really good artist in Year 6 is Jensen's work. And this is Jensen's face that he drew. Look at that. Look at the shading. Look at the expression. I think he maybe looks a little bit angry, Jensen, your portrait there. But really bold, really striking. I thought that was a really super portrait. Well done to Jensen. And then I also have a portrait. Oh, this is so good. It looks a bit fed up, but I think as a portrait, it's very striking. I love how this one fills the page. This is Olivia's portrait of a man. Again, very bold. Look at those dark eyes. Looks a bit sad, I think, your chap there, Olivia. Very, very lovely artistic skills, though, and lovely shading. The thing about charcoal is it needs to be set afterwards, because my fingers are all smudgy now from using these pictures. And this one is so striking, so bold. Often when we draw faces, when children draw faces, they do them really, really small and without lots of feature. Have a look at Casey's. Look at that. I love how it so fills the page so much that it doesn't even quite fit on, but it really gives an impression of a very striking person there. Lovely, bold charcoal work, and I think these are going to be going up in your classroom so that we can have a look at them a little bit more. That's my telephone. It'll just stop ringing in a minute. Shall we just let it ring? Because I'm just in the middle of assembly, aren't I? Let's just wait. Oh, it's finished. There we go. I'll make sure I ring them back and find out who it was that wanted me. Okay, the next place we are going to stop and put those charcoal pictures away so they don't smudge is... Oh, where shall we go next? I think we should go to Year 1. Mr. Whittam's class. And in Mr. Whittam's class, I'm not sure who you did this with. Mr. Whittam's class, you have been in your RE and PSHE thinking about being kind, which I'm really, really glad that you've been working on that, because that's a big thing that we've been talking about in my assemblies, isn't it? Being kind, following our school rules. And you've been reading a really brilliant story about rainbow fish. And rainbow fish learns an important story, an important lesson during the story about being kind and sharing things. It's all to do with his beautiful silvery and multicoloured scales, and whether he's going to share those and other people are going to share with him. So I've brought some lovely examples, and Miss Biggs, thank you. You helped me find these today. These were children that Miss Biggs felt like you'd just done particularly well. Louis, you're one of them. And you have talked about the setting, the main character, what happens. And I love this, Louis. You've written what happens at the end of the story. They learned to share and to be happy. They did. And we need to remember that message about sharing and being kind. Well done, Louis. Thought you did a great job with that. Really nicely presented piece of work. And then there's Isabel's. And Isabel's told us that in the story, at first, the fish felt sad, and then the rainbow fish was mean, and what happened last? They learned to share and be happy. And there's a beautiful drawing of the rainbow fish with his lovely shimmering scales. Well done to Isabel. And the last one was Ronnie's that we've chosen here, and this is Ronnie's picture of the rainbow fish in the ocean. Yeah, the rainbow fish was unkind and the fish felt angry. And well done, Ronnie. You've done a lovely drawing of the ocean and of rainbow fish. So we all need to be more like rainbow fish was and what he learned about being kind and sharing. So thank you to year one for sharing that lovely RE and PSHE work. Excellent work. Okay, where now? Aha, I know where we're going to go now. Let's stop at year 3, and we're going to stop and visit Miss Beanland and Mrs. Harrison's class. Some children brought some amazing work for me today. You have been reading the story The Lion and the Unicorn, and I think I've said before that that book is all about what happened in World War II when some children had to be evacuated, sent away from their homes in the towns and the cities to the countryside where it was safer. And your task this week was to write an information text all about what it might have been like to be an evacuee, with lots of information about why they had to be sent away, what they took with them, what the children took, what they were allowed to take when they were sent away, and what happened when they got there. And there were lots and lots that we could have chosen. These we've chosen because the presentation is excellent and the content is really good. So the first one I'd like to share with you, Bella, you have done a beautiful job with your evacuees. Look at gorgeous writing. Look at the gorgeous writing Bella's done. I'm just going to read your introduction, Bella. Is that okay? In World War II, many children were evacuated as it wasn't safe for them to stay where they were because air raids were being dropped in London. The children had to be evacuated. They went to the train station to be evacuated, and many of them had never been on a train before. So that must have been maybe a little bit exciting, but also definitely a little bit scary. The next one with absolutely beautiful writing. Hudson, I am a big fan of your handwriting, Hudson. It's quite small, but it's so neat. And you've written so much, Hudson. I'm going to choose a little bit. I'll choose your section with a lovely subheading on what did they take? What would you take with you if you had to be sent away from home? As the children travelled without their parents, all evacuees had a name label so people knew who they were. So that might be worn around their necks. Yours would just have your name on it there. And although every evacuee had to leave most belongings behind, most common things packed were clothes and a teddy bear, and most importantly, a gas mask. Wow, you've written that beautifully, Hudson. I think it's marvellous. The quantity and the quality of your work, exceptional. Well done, Hudson. And then we have Ava's. Again, Ava, your writing looks so grown up. Looks older than a year 3's writing, like all of these do. Beautiful, beautiful handwriting. We're having such a big focus on handwriting in school at the moment, Ava, and you are smashing it. This is fantastic. Why and where did the evacuees go? World War II was a very sad time for thousands of children. They had to leave their parents for their own safety. They had to leave the cities. Children went to the countryside to be safe from the bombs. They travelled on trains for the first time. They thought it was a big adventure, but some were scared. Absolutely outstanding piece of work, Ava. Well done to you. And then Martin, you came to share your work with me today. You were really pleased with it. You've written all of these different sections about evacuees, and your knowledge, Martin, about what had happened back in World War II was really good. You've got some smashing general knowledge there. So I will read what happened when they got there, when they got to the countryside. When the children got there, they walked into a big hall and the families picked out different children. This was the thing that really got Martin, because he's a twin. Sometimes sisters and brothers were split up and sent to separate houses. And we discussed just how terrible that would be. Well done, Year 3. You've done a brilliant job. And then, just to cheer us up today, the last thing I'm going to feature today, and I've got to get this right, what this is. I've asked him to write it down. This is a model that Dougie made today, okay? Now, some of you will know what this is. I'll just show you it. Dougie's really talented at making models. I think this is meant to sometimes fit together and then sometimes be apart. Have a look at that. And apparently, this is a Pokemon. Of course, I could recognise that. A very distinctive Pokemon. Some of you might know who it is, but Dougie tells me it's a Pokemon who's called Tapu Koko. Tapu Koko. And Dougie's just made this all on his own. He's very, very creative, and I think it is absolutely spectacular. So well done, Dougie, and thanks for sharing it with me. It's really cheered me up today and made me smile. So, happy Red Nose Day, everybody. Have a fun day, but have a safe day as well. Let's look after each other today and be extra, extra kind, just like the rainbow fish learned. So have a lovely Friday, everybody, and a lovely weekend. I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Bye-bye.